Today's my day to get my dusting done. Do you like helping with dusting? I like keeping things clean. But I should have... What are you looking at anyways? I should have put these papers away sooner. Because if you keep papers all put away, then it makes your work later on easier. I'll take those and put them where they belong later. What are you looking at anyways? Dr. Neblet's out there. I better go tell him to be careful. He probably doesn't know how dangerous tall ladders are.
So good to see you again. Come up for a visit, my friend. There's so much to do. I have so many things planned for you. We'll laugh and we'll play, we'll sing and we'll pray. I'll tell you a story or two, and we'll be friends, you and I, yes, you and I, and Jesus. I'm happy you're here once again. It's so nice to have you as my friend.
Dr. Neblet, what are you doing?
Hi, Janice. I'm here washing your windows.
Well, we knew that, but what we want to know is why.
Well, the last time I was here, I saw they were a little bit dirty, so I thought I'd wash them for you.
Yeah, they were dirty. Don't you get afraid of that ladder?
You know, Janice, to be honest with you, I do. That's why I'm kind of careful with it. If I weren't, I might fall down, and that wouldn't feel very good at all.
Well, actually, that's why I hadn't gotten around to washing them, but you're a doctor, and you like washing windows?
Well, you know, washing windows is an important job. As long as you do it well, it's just as important as being a doctor. So I think
so?
it's just as fine, yeah.
Why do you like washing windows?
Well, I like things to be clean. And so I thought I would do this job for you because it's fun doing things that are keeping things clean.
Well, I appreciate you doing it. Tell me, what are you using to do it?
Well, I'm using a window washing fluid right here. And what I do is if your windows are a little bit too dirty, I kind of scrub it. I kind of scrub it at the back here like this. And then I turn it over and I use a squeegee. And that does the trick.
Real smooth, straight lines.
Sure does.
You know, you mentioned things being clean. Do you have time to come inside and talk to us more about keeping things clean?
I'd be glad to do that. As a matter of fact, why don't you go finish up what you're doing, and I'll finish up here, and I'll join you inside at the window room.
Okay, and maybe we can look at where window washers go and stuff while we wait.
That'd be terrific.
Okay, sounds great. Make sure you pay real close attention because, as usual, we're going to have some mystery words today. Did you notice that I said words? It's 2 words today. I'll be talking along, and whenever I say a key word, it will come up on the bottom of the screen right down here. And the letter that is important out of it will be either a bright color, and it'll be bigger, and then it'll come over and go into the right space in the mystery words. Count the letters. It looks like each word has 5 letters for today. So pay close attention. Let's go see where window washers go, okay? Well, now that my windows are clean, what can you tell us about our bodies?
Water is really important on the outside and the inside of our body. So the first thing I want to show you is an experiment. Okay. I'll take a clear bowl and I'm going to put in 32 ounces of water. See, I marked it here with the red sticker.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to pour this in.
So right up to the sticker is 32 ounces.
That's right.
Okay.
And we're going to pretend that our bodies are like this sponge, and we're going to put it in the water and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay? We'll put that in there, and we'll set off to the side for a moment. Water is really important for, first of all, the outside of our bodies. We have a lot of germs everywhere, on the ground, on doorknobs, places that you wouldn't imagine. And it's very important for us to get the germs off of our hands, especially before we're going to eat. I did something that even the kids can do at home. First, we get some powdered potatoes. And we add a little bit of hot water.
Okay.
and a pinch of sugar, and we make mashed potatoes, just like this.
Just like the regular kind you eat.
That's right.
Okay.
And then you take a fingernail clipper, and we cleaned out our fingernails right on top of the mashed potatoes.
Everybody gets dirty fingernails sometimes.
That's right. And then we put this into a plastic bag, and we tied it, and we put it in someplace warm, like on top of your refrigerator, for a few days.
Kind of out of the way.
That's right.
Okay.
Do you want to see what happened?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Are you really sure that you want to see what happened? It's kind of gross.
Well, I don't know. This looks fine.
Okay. Here it is.
Ooh, that's horrible.
This is what grew on our potatoes after a few days cleaning out our fingernails.
Those germs grew.
Can you see why it's important to wash our hands before we eat?
Oh, I'll say.
Now, not only should we wash our hands on the outside, but we should wash our bodies on the inside too. We need to drink a lot of water. Now, suppose I told you, Janice, that you had to wash your dishes, and I only gave you a little bit of water to wash them with.
You wouldn't be able to get them clean. We all know that.
That's right. That means that if I gave you a bucket full of water, you'd have an easier time washing your dishes.
As long as it was clean water.
That's correct. We must start with clean water. As a matter of fact, our bodies need 6 of these glasses every day.
I could never drink that much water all at one time. Do you think you could?
You might not be able to all at one time, but as a matter of fact, I don't recommend it. But if you took 1 glass in the morning, maybe 2 of them mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and in the early evening, you'd get in your 6 glasses very easily.
So like when you first get up and then on throughout the day.
This helps your body to wash itself very clean and take care and eliminate all those wastes that your body makes when it makes up all those foods. Do you remember our experiment that we started with early on? Well, our bodies are made up of about 60% water as we get older. And I wanted to squeeze out and see how much water was left after we finished. I'll put this in here, and let's pour out the water that we have left.
Oh, look at that. That sponge just gobbled up water.
It certainly did.
That much.
Our bodies are made up of about 60% water. If you were to take out all of the water, there wouldn't be very much of us left. We really need a lot of it. We get water in our food, and we get water by drinking clear water.
What about, can you get water from other places?
You sure could. So would you like to wash your dishes in brown water, brown soda water?
No way. That's sticky. The dishes would get sticky.
Think about what it does to your body as well. You know, I have a way for people to kind of remember what kind you should drink. Have you ever seen a river or a stream of brown soda water like root beer?
No.
God provided water for us, natural water, and that's the stuff that He wants us to use.
In the rivers and streams and wells.
That's right.
How did God make water anyways?
God did something very interesting. He took 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. That's why we call it H2O. And He made water. H2O. That's water.
H is for hydrogen, and there's 2 of those.
And 1 O is oxygen. H2O. That's water.
I think God has made us amazing.
I agree.
What keeps your body running clean? Water, water. What keeps your body fit and lean? Water, water too. What keeps the germs from off your face and chases that old dirt away? Cleans your clothes after you play? Water, water too. I should be drinking in every way. Water, water. 6 to 8 cups every day. Water, water too. It keeps my insides running clean like a well-oiled tough machine. You know I won't be feeling green with water, water too. Good old H2O. Water, water too. Good old H2O.
People aren't the only creatures that need water. Animals do too. And I want you to guess what animal it is. that people always think washes his hands before he eats? Have you guessed? The raccoon. But do you know what? It's not always true. You see, when raccoons put their paws in water, it makes the ends of their fingers and their hands be more sensitive. And so then it just feels fun for them to roll the food around in their hands, and they just enjoy doing it. It's kind of a way of playing. Sometimes they are actually washing their food, though, and that's like with frogs and toads. Sometimes they have horrible tasting substances on their skins that the raccoons don't like. And so then they do get them in the water, and then when they're washing those, it is not for fun. It's for cleaning them. Guess. This is an animal that you might have at home, and it doesn't like water, usually. Have you guessed? The cats. You're right. Have you ever given your little kitty cat a bath? Kitty cats are fun to play with, but they usually don't like water. But there is one member of the cat family, and it's the biggest member of the cat family, that does like water. Can you guess? The tigers. Did you know that tigers like water? Oh, they do. They love to get in the water and just lay in it, because you see where they live, it's very hot, and so that cools them down. Also, tigers lots of times get bugs and parasites in their fur that just make them all itchy, and it's not very comfortable. And so they get under the water, and then of course those little bugs drown because they don't like water, and so it protects them that way. And tigers are very strong swimmers, and they learn to swim when they're very young. A tiger cub swims the cat paddle. You've heard of the dog paddle. Well, tiger cubs do the cat paddle. Another animal that loves water, and I bet you can guess, because he drinks a lot of it. Have you guessed? He drinks more than you can imagine. The elephant. Do you know how much water he drinks every day? He drinks the equivalent of a whole bathtub full of water every day. How long would it take you to drink a bathtub full of water? A long time. But he just swoops it up in his trunk and then sprays it into his mouth. And then other times he's busy swooping it up so he can have a shower. Do you carry your shower with you everywhere you go? Elephants do. And they love to swim underwater. And when they go down under the water, they can go way down deep because they use their trunk like a snorkel. And their trunk just stays up, giving them air. And sometimes they like to keep the tips of their ears above water too. Isn't it neat how God has given the animals just what they need to enjoy and be happy?
Tell me what an elephant thinks. Water, water. A bathtub full is what he drinks. Water, water too. Chimpanzee and kangaroo, cats and dogs and cockatoos, lions, tigers, and even you drink water, water too. Tell me where a hippo sleeps. Water, water. A moose will find some food to eat in water, water too. The minnows swimming in a school, salmon, otters, and whales too, all declare what God can do with water, water too. I'd like a drink with you, with water, water too. I'd like a drink with you.
Did you know that there's water in the air? Kimberly, can you see water in the air?
No.
No, you can't, can you? But here's an experiment that you can do at home to show that. Feel this plate. What is it like?
Cold.
It's cold. I had it in the freezer. Now feel this bowl.
Hot.
It's hot because we have hot water in it. And in fact, I'll pour in just a little bit more. And then you take your cold plate that you put in the freezer for maybe an hour or so and put it over top of it. Water rises up off the earth. It evaporates. And then when it hits something cold, it comes down as rain. And this hot water is in this bowl, and it's rising up as steam or vapor. And then when it hits this plate, it's going to form something called condensation that you'll see in little drops. Shall we look and see? Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that? That's condensation. You need to keep your eyes open because you'll see condensation in lots of places. You know, God has made laws for how our world works, and He wants us to cooperate with Him in making our world work properly. Let's go see how we can help the animals that live near the water, okay? Well, Mr. Mulder, I just love coming to the Los Angeles Zoo and seeing the sea lions. They've got to be such playful creatures.
They are, and so streamlined.
Yeah, they are. They can just zip through the water. I wish I could swim like that.
That's right.
Tell me about where they live when they're not at a zoo.
Well, we have them along our coast, along the rocky shores, and there's some islands, offshore islands. They like to live there and raise their young. They'll be
So if kids are out at the ocean, they might possibly see a sea lion?
Yes, see a sea lion, or they'll see a harbor seals coming up.
And what, if I was out at the ocean, what could I do and what could my friends do to keep the ocean clean for the little animals that live there?
Well, certainly you could take the pop lids off the pop cans and make sure that those are put away in the trash, and then, of course, the cans and any plastic materials, lids or the tops of the pop cans where there's maybe 6 rings, and those are very dangerous. Animals will get themselves caught in those. Oil spills are dangerous to them, and because it could change their fur and make it possible for them to get cold and die that way. I'm thinking specifically of the sea otter we have along our coast, and they have a very thick, beautiful, lush fur, and the hairs are so close together that water cannot penetrate through them. But somehow the oil seems to change that and make it possible for the water to get through. So if there's an oil spill and they get oil in their fur, then they're in grave danger.
They get so cold, I guess, because the ocean water is very cold.
Yes.
God has made such provisions for them to live, and I guess it's important for all of us to do our best to cooperate with God and keep where they live clean so that they can enjoy it. And then we can enjoy watching them. Well, I just really appreciate you taking the time to share these bits of information with us, and we've got lots to do, so we need to be running, and I'll let you keep enjoying your friends.
Right.
We'll see you. Why do you think Mr. Mulder mentioned that these tops from the 6-packs of pop cans were bad? Let me show you why. Think about this loon, and if she got her beak caught inside of that would be death for her, because she wouldn't be able to get her beak back open, and how would she feed herself? And that happens every year to many birds and animals. Or what about if she was pecking along and she ate one of the tabs from the top of a pop can? It could cut her up inside, and it wouldn't digest either. Or even these kind of plastic lids, or papers, or whatever it is that we have. Make sure that when you're out enjoying God's nature, then when you're done, you pick up all your trash, all your garbage, put it in a sack, and either put it in the local litter barrel or else carry it home with you if there isn't a barrel nearby. We want to take care of God's world.
Rainbows, mountain streams, waves upon the shore, blue sky, peaceful lakes, all of this and more, starfish in the sand, porpoises at play, the octopi are hiding while the minnows dance away.
Did you catch the mystery word yet? Actually, it's 2 words, isn't it? What are they? Drink water, right. I want you to make me a promise, and that is that for the rest of today and tomorrow and so on, you'll drink lots of water. Good, clean, pure water, okay? I promise I will too. See you next time.